Okay. I'm going to do my notes on paper. I will not have room for this. You might, but you'll see. I'm just going to do one problem on each page. This is a little different. Okay, so I'm just make sure we focus on. It's not hard, but there's some movement and, like I said, a lot of review. No iPads need to be out. Everything is on this paper. Okay, so right now I'm going to take these equations. We are going to do these problems and get the same answers that we do down here, but we're going to do it mathematically. More specifically, algebraically, setting them equal to each other. So I'm going to take these two. I'm going to get a piece of paper somewhere. I'm out of paper. I did. I just pushed the button. Thank you. I forgot to record first period. So I'm going to move this and I'm going to rewrite these two equations. So just bear with me. Okay, here we are. Nope. All right. Look at my four colors. Look how pretty. I'm going to do these two today. Number one. We already know the solutions. What are the solutions to number one?
0, 3, and 6.
There you go. So I'm writing solve algebraically, and this is such a strange word, but it's just fancy, and I feel like being fancy right now. First step, you need to make sure both equations are equal to y. And for number one, they are. Okay, so to show what I'm talking about, these equations, they're both equal to y. If they're both equal to y, aren't they equal to each other? Yes? Bless you. Do y'all see? That's the whole goal. Number two, set them equal to each other. And what I mean by that is literally, I'm going to have x squared minus 8x plus 15 equals x minus 3. Then set equal to 0. Okay. All that means is these two terms, where am I going to move them? Like, over there. Okay, I need this equal to 0. So this x is going to get moved over here. If it's positive, I'm now going to make it what? Negative. You're just moving it. We've done this enough. Good grief, have we not done this a lot this year? Really. Goodbye x, you're now over here. -3, what happens to this -3? Change to positive, so it's going to go over here. +3, goodbye. You're going to add it over here. So our new equation is x squared minus, how many x's do I have here? 9. 9x plus 18. My apologies, that's a little messy, so I'm going to equals 0. And here is where we are. We're solving for what variable here? X. What kind of equation is this? Quadratic? To trinomial. What do? We want to solve for x. Starts with an F. Factor. Did you ever think that was really going to go away? You need factors of 18 that add up to -9. I'm going to wait until I get them. Bingo. Negative 6 times negative 3 is positive 18. Check. Add these together, you get negative 9. Check. So we now have x minus 6 times x minus 3 equals 0. Okay, this is review from the beginning of the chapter. You're going to set this equal to 0. And you're going to set that equal to 0. I have two x's. What are they? Say it louder. Yeah. Okay, I'll pause for a second and let you catch up. We have two x's. X is 6, x is 3. Okay. I'm going to show you the answers y'all gave me a few minutes ago for your homework. All right. I'll bring this back. Just give me a second. Look at your solutions here. What is x in this first point? 3. What is the other x? Doesn't that match up with what we just got? Okay, so far, so good. We have the x's. What are we missing? The y's. Here we go again. Look at these equations. Which one's the easier one? The first one or the second one? I hope you said the first one. Right? When I say easy, I meant we're substituting, because how many x's do we have? 2, right? You take your x, you solve for y. Wouldn't you rather do the first equation instead of the second one? My opinion is definitely the first one. Okay, so here's where we are. You're now going to use the easy equation to substitute. So we have y equals x minus 3. We have two x's. So you have x equals 6, x equals 3. Y equals 6 minus 3. 6 minus 3 is what?
3.
3. So we have 6, 3. And over here, we have 3 minus 3. What is 3 minus 3?
0.
0. So now we have 3, 0. And aren't these points the same 2 points we had here? Same answers, different way. Okay, as you write this down, going back up to the X method, a quick refresher on factoring. Why did we have to use the X method? How many terms were we left with?
3.
3 terms, right here. Okay, what happens if you have 2 terms? You remember how you factor? Greatest common factor. Okay, so it's been a few sections, but remember we did that a little while ago. All right, any question on number 1? So here's number 2, right here. First step is to solve for y. It's already done, right? So what do we do? What's the next step? We set them equal. All right, I want you to do number 2 algebraically. So I'm going to use a new sheet. You can either do it on this paper here, or you can do it in your notebook. I don't care. Okay, so my number 2 is going to be right here. Does something different happen here?
Yeah. You did look.
What happens to the 5s?
Look at
They cancel, so you're left with 2 terms equal to 0, right? Yeah, okay, so just to catch you up, first step was to set them equal to y, that's already done. Then you set them equal to each other, and we need them to be equal to 0, so we need to add this x over. Okay, goodbye x's, and we need, what about this positive 5?
It's subtracted.
Right?
It's subtracted.
Okay, so this is canceled, but so is this. It's okay. So you're 0 here. That's your goal. Bring everything down. How many x's are we left with? 2x and 1x is how many? 3 x's. Okay, that's all we have. Okay, this is why I asked you this earlier. We have 2 terms here. Okay. You need to factor out the greatest common factor. There's 2 terms. What do both terms share? The x. Okay, you have 2 options here. So let's just take out, y'all say x, is that what we're saying? You're not wrong, okay? So you're gonna have 0 equals, factor out an x. You're left, what are you left with in here? Negative x, right? You still have an x left over. Plus 3. Okay, let's scoot this up. This is where it got fun. I don't know if you remember this. What about this little x outside? Remember, it's just equal to what? 0. It's all by itself. So far, one of our x's is 0. Let's check. All right, so we're at number 2. Isn't one of our x's 0? Yeah. The other one is going to be hopefully what? 3. Let's check. So I need to set this equal to 0. Negative x plus 3 equals 0. Simple math. Be careful. Subtract 3. You're left with negative x equals negative 3. Therefore, x is equal to positive 3. Yes?
Would it work like if we did the negative x squared plus 2x plus 5 first, then equals to
You got to set it equal to 0. Yeah, really good question. So we have our x's. We've checked them, right? Here they are, 0 and 3. Now what do we need to do? We need to find our y's. Easy equation is which one?
Negative x.
Right. I would even say go ahead and write easy next to it. Guys, you can use this one, but do you want to? I wouldn't. So I'm going to kind of go backwards. I'm going to go over here so I don't waste space. Use y equals negative x plus 5. You have x equals 0, and you have x equals 3. Negative 0 plus 5 is simply y is equal to 5. So you have 0, 5. It's a messy 5. And you have y equals negative 3 plus 5. Y is equal to 2. So you have 3, 2. Check and check. Same answer, 2 different ways. For number 2, what should you be careful of? The negatives. Let me ask you, and I did not say this in first period. Let's say I give you a problem on your quiz or test, and I say solve algebraically the solution for these 2 equations. Okay? How can you check? Graph. Yes, graph. Second graph. Go to your table. Okay? Y'all okay with that? Absolutely. Look at number 3. How many solutions do we have for number 3? 0, actually. Here. Here's our graph. Will these two equations ever touch? No solution, so do we need to do anything for this? No. I actually started, I was going to have you start it, but then it got messy. So, no solution for number 2. Flip the page. Okay. Your homework, same as it was last night. 4, 5, and 6. I need to see the work for algebraically. You need to be able to do this. You're going to need some help with number 4. Okay? Why do you think you need help with number 4? What does number 4 have?
Fraction.
It has a fraction. And not only does it have a fraction, it's a messy one because of what term it relates to. So I'm going to let you, I will start it for you. 5 is easy. Once you see how I did 4, 6 will be easy as well. Okay? We okay with this? So I'm going to start 4. So go ahead and get out your, this is me starting your homework for you. So you're welcome. Y equals negative 1/4 x plus 4. And y equals negative x squared minus 8x minus 11. First step is done. It is equal to y. Check. Second step is set equal to each other. So let's do that now. Negative x squared minus 8x minus 11 equals negative 1/4 x plus 4. So far, nothing's changed. I'm going to get this set up to help you get rid of the fraction, and then I'll let you go. Yes, sir?
Does it matter which way you put the?
No, you can have this reversed. So step 3 is I need to set equal to 0 now, right? So we've done 1 and 2. So here's where it can get a little messy, okay? You might want to watch first and then write it down. We're going to move the 4 over. It's positive. You're going to make it negative. That's easy. Goodbye 4s. This negative 1/4 x, to get rid of it, I'm going to add it, right? We'll get rid of the 4, just bear with me, okay? Goodbye, what you do on one side, you do on the other. And I'm going to this middle term because we're only dealing with x's, okay? I'm not going to make you do a common denominator. This is common sense. Let's think this through. First of all, let's bring down your negative x squared, right? That just comes down. Negative 8 and positive 4. I'm sorry, 1/4. Negative 8 plus 1/4. Mental math. What are we left with? Negative,
7 and 3.
yes. Negative 7 and 3/4 x minus what?
Minus 15.
Minus 15. Okay, before you get alarmed, this is level hard. Every now and then, I've said this before, sometimes we do harder problems. So when you have a quiz or test, it's easier, okay? All right, so this is one of those. Again, what do we not like here?
The fraction.
Okay, so let's fix the fraction first. Negative 7 and 3/4 is simply what? 31/4? Somebody want to tell me how I did that?
Did you do?
Yeah.
No,
Right. 7 times 4 plus 3, 31. Why did I do that? Because of what I'm getting ready to do now. How do I get rid of the 4? Multiply everything by 4. Okay. everything by 4. So you're left with negative 4x squared minus, this is where they cancel in the middle term, so goodbye fraction. You're just left with 31 minus 15 times 4 is 60. Good. Equals 0. All right, now we are left with a trinomial. How do we factor a trinomial? Your x. I'm going to set this up and then I'm done. I will not do your terms for you. Be careful. What number goes at the top?
31,
Mm-mm.
60.
Nope. Nope. Y'all forgot. 240. How did you get that? Okay, this is the harder trinomial. You have to multiply a times c. Negative 4 times negative 60 is 240. You need factors of 240 that add up to be negative 31. Again, this is level hard. And you will get 2 numbers, and it's not as hard as you think. Okay, when I got the answer, I thought I was going to do it for you, and I'm like, no, I'm out. Mind you, how many solutions does number 4 have? 1. Keep that in mind. Okay. 4, 5 is easy, especially after this. 6 is almost just as easy. Okay. And you're done. This is homework. 4, 5, and 6, algebraically. Tomorrow, I'm checking all of this, graphing and algebra. Okay. You're on your own. Come see me if you have questions. You can figure it out, Demi. Demi, do you have a question?